And we're back with Austin from QuickLink showing off the Studio Pro video switcher and some of the top great, exciting features that really allow Studio Pro to have a unique opportunity and a unique place within the market. If you have any questions about Studio Pro, you can reach out to your Broadfield sales team. We can connect you with Austin and the rest of the team over at QuickLink. We can get into a more in-depth demo of what we're going to go to today. Austin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jim. Happy to be here.
I know I put some constraints on you. I said we want to show off Studio Pro, but we're only going to have a little bit of time to show off some of your favorite features, some of those top features and capabilities. So let's show that stuff off.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to switch over to that scene. And where are we?
There we are. We got the feed.
All right. So we're looking at our Studio Pro interface. If you're familiar with production switching, this is kind of the simplest form of bringing a live production to play. On the interface here, we have our preview and program and our preview and program rows. This is common, but with this, you can do up to 120 different scenes and bring in up to 48 different sources. So we're talking multiple cameras, ISO feeds, video playback, downstream keys, all those can be layered into your program. So here with our layout, each one of these scenes can be built on layers. Andrew had mentioned like Photoshop or PowerPoint. If you're familiar with that, you can build how you want your displays to look. So here we have an image scene here, but I have an eyedrop tool. So if I want to take another image on top of that, it's easy enough to bring an image in, have that on, and have that resized if I want to have this as a base type of scene. And moving anything around within that scene is fairly simple. You just click on it, you can resize it, you can transform it how you want to have the image displayed, and have that overlaid onto your broadcast. With the Studio Pro, you're not limited to the amount of media players, or the amount of downstream keys you can put onto your production. You can create media players within the system and upload all of your videos that you want to have playback for your different types of outputs. Any video that is uploaded can be transcoded to the format of the session or the project that's going on. So anything that goes in, you can have it played out within a playlist, loop different types of videos, and have those within your production. I have different ways of bringing in remote applicants. So just like Donnie was speaking on with Studio Edge, I can do the same thing here with bringing in my ISOs from multiple platforms. So if I have a live production show going on and my participants want to be using their own platform or the studio call platform, we can bring them in all to the same production. And it's as easy as selecting that as a source input and then bringing them in. Bringing in sources, you would just hit the plus button, and then you have all of these options to bring in. So if it's a Teams call, if it's an NDI source for video playback, if you've created a scene and you want that to be like a mix effect, so a scene within a scene, you have that option as well. So there's a ton of things that you can bring in here. And as I said, 120 different scenes, which is maybe more than enough for any type of production, but it gives you so many options that you can utilize. Any source that comes in with audio, you can have that brought in within your audio mixer, set up your mix minuses, audio levels as well. We also provide ISO records. So if you want to do ISO records within the system for your scenes or for different inputs, you can do that as well. Another cool thing that I like about this is when I bring in my individual sources or talent, we would say for maybe a town hall, you have templates in the system. So I can take those sources and bring them into various different types of templates, have those laid out. Maybe I want to add in a third guest. I can do a 3-box type of look. And if I want to, bring in the program, my third guest, let's see here, third guest with my 3-box. And I have these looks transformed from scene to scene. I can do that. And I can have this multiple different ways. If someone's presenting, sharing their screen and you want to have that as a side-by-side, I have those types of looks. I can bring in different types of ad breaks. Anytime I would bring something to program, the ad would automatically run when I go to that. Another thing we had mentioned before with graphic overlays, that's where we have New Blue graphics that we can bring in. So with New Blue, data-driven graphics can be ran on a separate system. It can be ran on the same system that we're running the Studio Pro with, but I have that overlay that I can bring in as my graphics, and I can do multiple channels depending on your account. Within Captivate, if you have 4 channels, you can have multiple downstream keys to bring into your production. So there's a lot of flexibility that you can do with these devices. One thing I do want to speak on is the near zero latency for iMag. So if you're talking about live concerts, live events where there is a jumbotron or a large monitor is behind the stage, to have that sync in play with this system makes things super critical for live events. And for your audience watching, to see something like that, it may not be noticed by fans or people that are watching, but for the sync process to happen right out of the box with no customization going on, it's a pretty powerful tool to do that. There are a lot of things that you can do within the system with setting up your records and ISOs and outputs, streaming to multiple platforms. Another thing that you could do with the inputs and outputs that Andrew mentioned is with the physical connectivity, you have your 12 SDI ports. You can bring in 11 sources and have one output, or you can mix and match how many inputs and outputs you want to have displayed. You can also set your output formats to be NDI. So if you're monitoring for multi-view, you can have NDI sources of anything that's coming into the system pushed out to NDI, and you have multiple ways that you can view those multi-views. With customizing different scenes and transitions, you can upload your own types of transitions branded for your show. If you want to have those types of swipes, you want to change the duration on those. And then also within the hotkeys controls, you can have your one button pushes to execute different commands. You have the ones in the system by default, but if you want to go per your scenes that you've already created, you have those as well. As they're labeled within my preview and program, I can customize what I want to do within each of those scenes. So I can run this show off of a tablet, off of a keyboard and mouse. There's multiple ways you can do it with different types of operators. If someone's doing camera control or graphics, all of that can be uh, captivated through or captured through the interface itself. So there's a lot you can do with this tool. There's a ton of functionality that is available for novice users or experts out there. But being that everything is basically placed in within a scene and a tree, it's very similar to PowerPoint. If you want to have a button that showcases one guest, a button that showcases 2 guests, it's labeled to what it needs to be, and that would be your program, your preview output for all of your production. So there's a lot more we can go into within Studio Pro, but there is a lot of different things that you can do within the system. So it's very cool, very easy to use, and with the control surfaces, customizing your buttons or how you want your operations, your workflows to go, the system can work with you in a simple way.
And Austin, I gotta tell you, I think the trick of any good demo artist is being able to fly through a demo like you did and not make it look like you're able to fly through the demo because you've done it 20 times.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm standing up here and I'm not behind the production system. I don't know how to do the video switching, but I looked at that scene-based GUI and I'm like, I think I could do this.
Get it? Yeah.
I get
Like
it.
we said before, if Donnie could do it, I can do it. We can do it.
That's awesome. What I love about the Studio Pro Switcher is it really is, from what Austin showed off in the demo, the perfect combination of well thought out hardware and software design. The rugged, reliable chassis available with the I/O connectivity you need, whether it's an NDI production workflow, SDI workflow, 12G SDI, or even ST2110. There is a model of the Studio Pro Switcher available to hit your production needs. It has this Studio Edge remote calling capability integrated into the platform. We saw the demo with Donnie talking about Studio Edge. That's all incorporated into the Studio Pro software. New Blue Captivate gives you that really robust HTML5 graphics engine, giving you the best capabilities for live graphics in your productions, giving you that full production workflow. So this Studio Pro available on all these different models, starting at just $11,995 from QuickLink is a great opportunity to add to your product line to quote on your next project or bid. Austin just gave us some of the top features. We talked about the low latency capabilities. If you would like to see more, you can reach out to your Broadfield sales team. We can get you on the horn with Austin and the rest of the guys over at QuickLink to show off a demo for your next production. Austin, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
And thank you to the entire team at QuickLink. And thank you for tuning in today. If you have any questions about the QuickLink product line, the Studio Edge or Studio Pro, reach out to your Broadfield sales rep at 800-634-5178. And tune in every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Broadfield Live.